about as big as they can play first. But Heen and Horford, an excellent defender. The leaper shade on Sharp. Moody not following that, but Klingon. Lob to Klingon.
The full court press breaker. I'm not going to decide who's starting. You guys.
But you just see the energy levels tomorrow. They get it to Jimmy Butler, but
Draymond. A lot of guys, and as Drew Hall, their defensive numbers, but they're going to get.
Sharp is the Steph saying.
Watch. The officials are looking to protect
and have to stop. Don't randomly. Butler, flat there. I'll tell you what, and Kamara plays because of his defense. Jeremy Grant.
And he's got some great footwork. His Steph face-up game potentially can
25 a game and almost 11 rebounds. Jimmy's setting up Draymond, hit 1-3.
And again, it's off Jimmy.
9-year-old setting up Jimmy to
Horford, and the pass off to Jimmy was
Sharp to the base.
As Moses Moody is unable to convert.
Abdia out of the corner. He is checked in for Portland. Jimmy Butler
being durable and taking care of it. That would be fun. I think I'll join.
I tell you what happened during that last time. Leave us out here for a little bit.
They're like second in the league. It was unbelievable to duck in there and
of any player in the NBA. He's not just falling. Abdia missing that. And Quentin Post uses it. And Buddy Hield. Buddy was already beyond the defense.
Yeah, he's got first. Are you kicking it ahead?
Throwing in one motion, it's 11.
Does that to many a defender. So getting into the defender, making sure
the defense and setting up his teammates. Chris Murray put Keegan Murray left-handed. Chris Pajemski's left-handed. The small forward.
He's getting better.
When Hansen reached it.
Is it just you're not shooting it well?
So hits a couple threes, but more important, some grace.
That's it. Probably puts him more at peace.
He is the pros pro, well-loved. He said the highest paid.
Back to Portland. His team.
And Kamara will launch war-torn Sudan, and then in between push shot in there as 4 centers on that team. Wow. Phillips has to be very pleased with. 3 years where he averaged 20 points a game. So,
yeah, I think the Blazers are shooting percentage is going to get much better.
Took that away from Kuminga on that deflection.
And we said it as this game was starting.
Kuminga will launch the 3.
Many positive ways. Well, you know, here maybe you can change some things.
How did that inform how you wanted to
mid-season? So I can almost virtually guarantee. So he kind of suddenly became
all his teammates feel about it.
Games these 4 guys started. If I told you that
they played well,
they won 53 games
and this isn't a day got back healthy. I'm going to see how it all blends together. These guys, I think that lineup turned team.
The way you bring in all these guys every single year,
the way we like to play, and just to be able to think you're going to bring
in your media availability after Jonathan.
Will Richards and Alex Tude already. What were some of the things that
2-year-old that we felt would fit in really with this and a feel to them?
When you were a player, I mean, in 15 years,
they're veterans. They're ready to go.
Jimmy Butler
got a great thing going.
See their bobble,
super popular. I think these ones will be.
I mean, the teams that make
that's the mentality you want him to have, right?
So we're going to challenge him. This
was going on to be the head coach of Santa Cruz.
To have Nick back, he did it.
And you've cycled people.
These guys can get whether it's do different things. Have been in different.
Even really talk to you about Steph Curry. Like how amazing leadership when it comes to that.
Remarkable the way he comes in every year from our organization and. 3 after 2 years, better rebounding, his charge taking, acrobatic finishes.
Draymond's got.
Listen, you got to celebrate nowadays. If we can get more flow in here, they're kind of possibly play. We still love to play,
and we've got a plan in place. For the professionalism of this group is
those are conversations.
There's a reason they played this long.
Like this means something to these.
Draymond to Steph a little for your birthday.
Yeah,
that was hands of a good time. Mike will do. We've over the years we've seen some
lyrics. Like that is one of the key things.
May ask Steph, Nicholas rookies, but I wouldn't mind it. Just quite simply, if you've never been to Carroll, will let you in on a little bit of what the based on tonight, it maybe some just the whole time. But Jeremy Grant's pretty elusive in the open court. He's shifted the ball so beautifully. So back.
13 Blazer points.
Moody out of the
2 for 1 here.
Incredibly well. Abdia. Warriors will see the Blazers that first week. Steph, little flyby.
But if he can develop that.
So the Blazers with Blake Wesley out that to a teammate.
glass. Gary GP2 do more of that. He is dynamic. Buddy Hield taking that to heart. Joining a team like blocking team here. You got a team that gets the beast.
Klingon. Buddy Hield open three.
Getting the ball up the floor.
And then you're expected to guard these guys. That became a turnover, and then Buddy walks in.
About Shaden Sharp and his development from three-pointer. You just love seeing all these superstars in this league. Sure, you give him time to.
He's going to want to see some better play from some preseason beginning. He was amazing second half of the.
A score-first point guard is he probably could work on through the preseason. Everything looks good, and you know.
Caleb Love,
serious. GP2 is going to make something happen.
Let's go to the tape. Caleb Love,
3 years at UNC before
he did.
Out of the Final Four.
He
this to the basket. Could match his length. That's how tall I want to be growing.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Spencer Moody, TJ, and Trace with the drive in position. And off, Pat Spencer will launch. Jan Hansen. Another Frenchman checking in.
Moses Moody so much, like
honor him out in that corner. Picked up the dribble and Reed. A lot of experience. First season. Will Richard running with friends. Nice.
If it's coming in hot, there may have been another
Trace there.
This is there. Just having the
playing a million miles an hour defensive. What else in there for you?
Well, then you stick out like everything the Warriors could do offensively.
What do you do to impact winning? Will Richard's not out there trying. Wesley is. I talked to him in San Antonio. Okay. He's a great player, but Rickett, DJD to get the ball. Drew Opreith and Santos catch and shoot three. Steve to show everybody
fast, don't they? They get it up and down.
Crier, Guy Santos, I don't show you a 35-point game or something. Pass got to Will Richard. That's beautiful. Drew Opreith. Post and open three.
Guy Santos just
Richard Henry to lay it. Think about just in the younger players that credit the whole Warriors scouting department. The Warriors had a little momentum. Split and post. Denied.
Guys that are
crazy. Durant's coming. Here's Durant or LeBron on U.S. soil.
They haven't said no yet.
Arms. And look at the rookies. One. Amoeba zone, Caleb, and now Quentin Post at the line with the 52nd pick. The deep two just off the line. Love. Setting up.
You always want to make sure you can get back to your shooting.
Almost played hard all night. And then the bedroom for the season. Yeah. Mountain talk about a Caleb Love from deep. If you start counting, I think Steven told me then, you know, lineage.
That's one of the reasons
this
I think
run has been amazing. Caleb Love.
Minutes and 20 seconds left.
Calm.
We need that. The cornbread. It's a rock shot. They have it at their brick and roll. They
played his ball two different plays.
Hansen guarding it, staying with. And they haven't turned the ball over in a while.
Post again, a three.
You have your clutch minutes. Quentin Post with Pat Spencer's drive.
They just got 7-footers.
That's enough.
And it's Crier with the which they couldn't get him the ball. So it's the 7-minute mark. Quentin's been so. And running to Richard. Caleb Love back to Hunt. That's Spencer.
Well, that's what they're doing.
About sports is it's getting rewarded. Quentin Post will show him couldn't control it. And Chop to the line, then you're always playing.
Be chasing us, our tempo, trying to keep
39 in the first quarter. Nope. Quentin Post inside. LJ Crier for three.
Yep.
On Sissoko, getting the lane, little flip. Blazers unable to answer the killer. So Javante had one timeout remaining. He's a two-possession game. Cook with a rebound, and that you can trust.
Seasoning coming out. Very nice.
Play up and down the roster. And one down?
That is wild. Just doing wind sprints the whole time.
But Jemski,
not easy to do because Jeremy Grant's pretty elusive in the open court.
Warriors' second quarter been significantly better.
Really tough to do.
Pajemski protected the ball so beautifully. And finally, Drew Holiday comes out of the pack. Shane
That's 11 turnovers right there for 13 Blazer points.
Moody out.
2 for 1 here.
Playing with a lot of energy and playing incredibly well. Avdia
is going to love this when he watches it on film.
This one won't count. Warriors will see the Blazers that first week. Mingus setting up Steph. Little flyby.
Now I'll try to jam him up at half court. But if he can develop that opportunity.
So the Blazers with Blake Wesley out says that's enough. I'm going to bat that to a teammate.
And to have an impact crashing the glass.
Gary Klingen.
I want to see GP2 do more of that. He is dynamic.
Wesley's going to play early.
Buddy Hield defensively and focus on that, and he's taking that to heart, joining a team like. So you got a shot blocking team here. You got a team that gets folks in.
He is really a good player.
He's a beast.
Klingen to QP. Buddy Hield open 3.
Physicality on offense. It's their speed, getting the ball up the floor.
You know, you don't get enough seasoning in college, and then you're expected to guard these guys. That's elections. That saved that. It became a turnover, and then Buddy walks in.
Much tougher, but Kamara, we talked about Shaden Sharp and his development from three-point.
February a year ago.
You just love seeing all these guys career for yourself in this league, because we've seen a lot of superstars in this league. Greens, a lot of it too is the ball handler making sure you give him time to,
obviously, but Steve Kerr's going to want to see some better play from some defensively in this preseason beginning. And Avdia is becoming a star. He was amazing second half of the.
Went to Arizona. He's kind of a score-first point guard. Is he their guard position, combo guard? Probably could work on a coach's nightmare, is where you just kind of breeze through the preseason. Everything looks good, and you know,
absolutely.
And this.
Have it on a certain night in this conference. Caleb Love
to feel it when a team is this serious.
Gary, great play there.
You know GP2 is going to make something happen.
It's just coaches telling you stuff. Let's go to the tape.
And the quickness. Can you beat him down the floor?
Caleb Love, a good summer league.
He spent 3 years at UNC before.
He did, yep.
Duke and Coach K out of the Final Four. There's 2 now.
He
up there and led Trace Jackson Davis to the basket.
Okay, you go guard Shaden Sharp.
Exactly. Can match his length.
Like that? Yeah, it's impressive.
That's how tall I want to be going. That's a swaggy hat.
How tall are you?
6'5".
Spencer Moody, TJ. Shot clock at 4. And Trace with the drive.
Some good size and strength at his position.
Trace faked the original dribble handoff. Pat Spencer will launch. Jan Hansen.
I want to get it that way.
Ryan Rupert, another Frenchman, checking in.
And everybody respects Moses Moody so much. Like,
to operate, you got to honor him out in that corner. CD Sissoko picked up the dribble, and Reith, incredible depth and a lot of experience.
First season.
Pat Spencer, quick hands. Will Richard running with friends. Nice shovel
it softly to Moses Moody. If it's coming in hot, it may have been another.
It's pretty nifty, like you said, full speed for Trace there.
Ball screen, and Trace Jackson Davis is there, and just having the feet.
I mean, Portland is still playing a million miles an hour defensively. If you're not playing hard, I'll really get someone else in there for you.
Well, then you stick out like got the theatrics and everything the Warriors could do offensively.
Well, you said in the first half, what do you do to impact winning? Will Richard's not out there trying to defense. He had the nice assist. Wesley is
now he's playing.
That could be it. We'll talk to him in San Antonio. Presented by Kaiser Permanente. There are guard minutes. Drew Holiday's 35. He's a great player, but that difference. Winding down this third quarter. Driving again, and TJD. Ricochet.
Now, can you finish under 20?
TJD
to V-cut, get into the body and pop out to get the ball.
Drew Opreith and Santos catch and shoot 3.
3-ball better, but they were beating you in other ways.
Listen, there'll be so much good film for Steve to show everybody.
They play fast, don't they? They get it up and down.
For this group, for Cryer, Guy Santos, said also it's a 15-point game. It's not like it's a 35-point game or something. Skip pass got to Will Richard. That's beautiful. to operate. Gee down the lane. Post an open three.
Guy Santos, did you see that hesitation? Guy Santos just
with the steal, running with friends. Richard Henry to lay it.
You can convert these free throws, get your money.
Think about just in the 50s and younger players that
picks late in the draft.
Credit the whole Warriors scouting department. Warriors had a little momentum to do off Reith and Quentin Post. Denied.
Ryan Rubert. What's with these guys that are
crazy?
Around now.
The French national team is coming.
Opportunity now.
Tell you what, though. Durant or LeBron.
Think they're going to do it?
It's in LA.
It is.
It's on U.S. soil.
They haven't said no yet. Brian alone won to win it again.
And stolen away. Richard with those long arms. And look at the rookies.
See if they can execute that.
A little 1-3-1. Amoeba zone. Caleb 1 to within 8. And now Quentin Post at the line. A guy taken in with the 52nd pick.
Love him, too. He's a worker.
Reserves QP. The deep 2 just off the line. Caleb Love setting up
direction, especially when you're on the strong side. You always want to make sure you can get back to your shooting.
Almost played hard all night.
That's wild.
And that was the winner got the master bedroom for the season. Yeah. On and let's take a timeout and talk about it. Caleb Love from deep.
Not in practice. Well, in the game.
If you start counting, I think.
But they care about the showing, how they look.
I think Steven told me 15 years.
It's crazy.
And then, you know, lineage is not a short period of time.
Well, that's one of the reasons
this run has been amazing.
A chance every year, almost.
Caleb Love.
It's not going to be easy. You only got 5 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Nate GSW Hooper Warriors.com.
We need that. The cornbread. So people have been asking. It's the Sarab shop. They have it at their brick and mortar. They won't
State. That's where Devontae Cook played his ball. 2 different plays.
Tops are devastating, especially Hansen guarding and staying with.
That's plus or minus 5 points.
Let's do it. And they haven't turned the ball over in a while.
That's Spencer working with Post again. A 3 on 21 to within 4.
You have your clutch minutes. Quentin Post there. He's super occupied with Pat Spencer's drive.
Barred out at the 3-point line.
No.
They just got 7-footers.
That's a no.
High pick and roll again. And it's Cryer with the Ogenzi getting his first playing time. Hansen has Pat Spencer on a switch. They couldn't get him the ball. All the Warriors have been in the bonus since the 7-minute mark. Holding was ready for that one. Quentin's been so bad. LJ Cryer comes back for it. And running to Richard. Caleb Love back to Hansen for that foul. That's Spencer.
Go dumb hard no matter what. And that's what they're doing.
His head and flip. CD Sissoko on his head too.
With some problems too.
Well, the best thing about sports is it's
fans, these Warrior fans that stayed here, they're getting rewarded. Take care of it now.
Shot clock at 9. Quentin Post was showing
feet, show and go, and just couldn't control it.
And Chomp played exceptionally well.
Exactly.
You know, if you don't ever get to the line, then you're always playing
deliberate. We want teams to kind of be chasing us, our tempo, trying to keep
38. Remember when Portland had 39 in the first quarter? Who do they go to with this lineup? Quentin Post inside. Disaster to delight for Portland. LJ Cryer for 3.
Good eyeballs.
Way to go, Jacob Rubin.
Yep.
High screen with Post. Now Cryer going to work on Sissoko. Get in the lane, little flip. 5 points. Blazers unable to answer.
This. He's a killer.
So Devontae
can make your free throws.
Warriors have 1 timeout remaining.
Whatever your routine is.
He's out. Portland out of timeout. You can make it a 2-possession game. Going to try to take a quick 2. Cook with a rebound and key free throws. And guys that you can trust. With Portland out of timeouts.
See, that's your seasoning coming out. Very nice.
Meet competitive guys all the way up and down the roster. And for
crazy
to come from 21 down.
That is wild.
After being down 21, 129 to